I set out to write a song about like just having a great burrito and that experience, and it just kind of became so much more. And this song is called Burrito Heart. I was like, yeah, bro, add another layer of guacamole. Ramon said, anything you like, boss. You want black or pinto beans? I was like, black, please. And we got to the end of the line, and I took his hand in mine, and I looked into his big brown eyes and said, can you do this alone? And he said, yes I can. Seriously, can you do this right now? Just please believe in me, man. And the tortilla closed on one side, but opened on the other. Both of us tried to smother the tears we couldn't hide. It was an avalanche of laughter and salsa of every kind. And who knew what we'd find? And that damn a mess in the burrito line. Ramon's cheeks were rivers, the salt in my carnitas, far saltier than is needed for a burrito that size. And in his eyes, there were like 1,000 ways to say I'm sorry. Ramon said, let me make it nice. I can offer you some white or brown rice. I was like, brown, please. I said, it's not your fault, Ramon. Every now and then we go and break a burrito. He said it was never the burrito, it was always you and I, querido. He was like, love, please. Yeah, yeah. And we got to the end of the line, and I took his hand in mine, and I looked into his big brown eyes and said, can we do this right now? He said, yes we can. Seriously, can we do this right now? Just believe in us, man. Can we do this? I think that we can. Seriously, can we do this right now? Just believe in us, man. That's my burrito love, down in my burrito heart. That's my burrito love, in my burrito heart.
Doesn't anybody else hear a gospel choir on that song? Like I hear the Blues Brothers, the gospel choir, and the Blues Brothers like clapping and singing with it.
I don't think a gospel choir would condone the content of that song.
That was great.
Oh, an open-minded burrito.
There you go, very progressive church.
We can just make them sound like a choir,
Yeah.
like a church choir.
There you go, all right.
Yeah. This first song I'm going to do is an instrumental. In 2010, I decided I was just going to concentrate in songwriting on instrumental music, and I did that up until about last fall. And I had a lot of fun writing instrumentals. As the evening goes on, I'll explain that I've gotten away from that right now. But instrumental thing is a lot like, for me, like graphic art or visual arts. I build them the same way. It's not, you can't really just go verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, because you're trying to just do it with your guitar. So this is one of the later, from the latter years of writing instrumentals. This song I enjoy so much, I've got 2 versions of it. And it's the same chords, but they both have different titles. This is the more rock version, and I decided to name it after the last Quentin Tarantino movie. Not because it's a hideously violent song, it's just I like the name. So the song is called Hateful Eight, and for all musical geeks out here, I actually copped a bit of a Yardbirds tune in part of the song, so let's see if anybody picks that up, or you might think I'm crazy.
Evil-hearted you.
Pardon?
Evil-hearted you. Was I right? Was I right?
No.
Okay.
Artful of soul.
Oh yeah, same thing.
I have to be careful. I was listening to you play that, and I forgot there was a live mic in front of me. I went, oh, sorry.
But that would be
You
cool.
did do that. It was great.
Is that Shannon? Hi, Shannon. Thanks for coming.
How are you?
All right. Can you go pick up Carrie? Kidding.
We were coming from that way. I'm sorry.
No, we're just I saw her post, and I'm like, well, I kind of got stuff in my car.
I'm figuring everybody will just sort of wander in after they get on their Sunday night benders, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yo, if nothing else, we're here doing this
That's right.
together, like, and it's great.
And I've been dying to sit and do
these
this with
people
you
are
guys.
privileged
so.
to an awesome, like, group of guys doing awesome stuff. Like,
That's right.
This is cool, regardless. We got a nice backdrop, we got a camera on us, everything about this is dope already.
And for me especially, we're in a record store.
That, right.
I love record stores. I love this record store, but it's
a
like I grew
cathedral
up.
of music.
Yeah.
It is the worship place of music.
Yeah. Every time I told people at the show, I go, I'm in a record store. They're kind of like, yeah, okay.
But it's a record store.
There's a stage in the record store.
Okay, your burrito song inspired me to play this song. I had it on my list, but of possibles, but I wasn't sure if I was going to play it. This song came out of my head piece by piece over about 10 years. Because I wanted to write. It's a story song. It's a story song that involves Louisiana and like voodoo magic.
Nice.
And drunken frat boys and forensics.
I'd watch this show.
I know, Baton Rouge, CSI.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey now, Cajun Annie, she drank all the wine, and she bedded down in Baton Rouge with a couple of friends of mine. And in the morning she made a brew that she said would cure their ills. Well, it looked like mud and it smelled like feet and it tasted like dissolving pills. But my homeboys, they were hurting and they drank it without a word. They didn't seem to care that it had been a spoon or scorched their fingers when she stirred. They drank it down and they held it there and their stomachs rumbled and mean. When the hallucinations lifted, they had both been robbed, but they were both running clean. She took a big kettle and she threw it all in. They think they saw hot sauce, they think they saw gin. Turned off the lights and it started to glow. What else she added, they'll never know. There's nothing you can do that can't be handled by Annie's brew. But my buddies, they were desperate, so the cops were called to the scene. They told them the tale about the beautiful girl and the drink that brought them to their knees. But only one drop of the magic brew was all the federales could find. So they sent it to the lab because they wanted to know what could do a number on the mind. Took a big kettle and she threw it all in. They think they saw hot sauce, they think they saw gin. They turned off the lights and it started to glow. What else she added, they'll never know. There's nothing you can do that can't be handled by Annie's brew. Baton Rouge Parish detectives burning them in that oil. This Annie must be some kind of wicked chemist. I wonder what crazy plots we'll have to foil. Well, the cops' heart sank when morning came and the lab had lost the brew. With nothing to test, no place to go, there was nothing they could do. Well, the leaks dried up, it was a cold case now, and no one was making a fuss. So they sent my friends back up north, empty pockets on a Greyhound bus. Off Interstate 10 near Baton Rouge, west near Lake Bagot. You see a flash of white in the cypress trees every time the wind blows. A lab coat from a forensics lab way back in Baton Rouge. Well, the name tag says Annie and there's a stain from an unknown mystic brew. She took a big kettle and she threw it all in. They think they saw hot sauce, they think they saw gin. They turned off the lights and it started to glow. What else she had, they'll never know. There's nothing you can do that can't be handled by Annie's brew. She said there's nothing you can do that can't be handled by Annie's brew. There's nothing, no, there's nothing you can do. Oh, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah!
Aside from that one with like a big upright bass
Oh yeah,
and a
absolutely.
chug. And some banjo here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's one that should definitely have a banjo in it.
Pedal steel, just like.
Washboard.
I have one
As
of
much
those.
as Zydeco as possible in that song.
So then, like, button accordion, it's like. You know what? I gotta pick a song here. So I gotta narrow down to like 6.
All right, we got time.
Right? I'm debating. So I got one it's not a story song, but it's about stories. And then I got one that's like brand new and it comes with a great story, but it's laced with profanity and it's just otherwise disgusting. So I mean, what do y'all vote?
See, if I knew we do that, I would have worked out crazy.
I'm telling you.
I got like that's on my list.
How profane?
There's just some curse words. Like top tier curse words. Like George Carlin curse words.
F's and C's and things like these.
There's no C's,
So-
but there's
so-
F's.
F's and S.
There's F's and S's.
What do you think?
There's adult
You
content.
can make
there's
him
naked
step
stuff.
outside.
We're here to enhance them culturally, so do what your heart moves you to do.
Well, I mean, the
And-
song is kind of
Yeah,
about
I get it.
smashing the patriarchy, so I guess it would
That's
be,
right.
It would
Smash
be,
the
you know, it would be
patriarchy.
like-
There you go.
We're political, rock on.
All right,
There you go.
fine. So this is the tale of a gig that I did last week.
It is a village.
It is fresh. It's very
No,
fresh.
this is brand off the new. So I play in this Irish band called the Green Meadow Boys, and as you can expect, we get a lot of work around this time of year. And last week we had a gig in a bar called the Chieftain down in Oak Lawn, and you know, it was pretty good. And there were some people there, and there was a lot of older lads. And I brought with me a friend of mine who's like 24 and has red hair and is very easy on the eyes. And she brought with her a friend who's also about 24 and also has red hair and is also pretty easy on the eyes. And they came and hung out, because like I don't get to hang out with my friends because I'm gigging all the time, so I have to bring them to the gigs, and this is my life. So naturally, these two like red-headed, young, 24-year-old, beautiful women come walking to this bar, and it's like targets for days. And
A place called the Chieftain. If you
a
got
place
right
called
here.
the Chieftain, and like the entire salt of the earth, like the salt mine of the salt of the earth, was all there around the bar. And every single, like I watched from the stage, like helpless, like playing like "I'm a little whiskey in the jar," watching like every creep in this bar creep their creepy creep wares on these two young ladies. And like I had, like there was a guy that was just not, he was not stopping, and he was touching and he was groping and he was trying to be this guy. And that was like when I had to step in, like I had to, like after the set I had to like go up to this man and just be like, no, we're not doing this anymore. And that didn't stop him. Like,
Wow.
like force chains didn't stop him. So I was like, all right, we're gonna step in a different direction here.
He's a boss.
So
He's a boss level boss.
Right? So like, I was like, what would Bugs Bunny do in this situation? Because he could handle this. So I'm like, I'm gonna give this guy a taste of his own medicine. So I went up and I started feeling him up against his will. And I was like, babe, come on, dance with me on the dance floor. And I was touching on his ribs and like just getting in his biz. And he was not thrilled about it. And he like threw an elbow at me. So like we had to like, you know, get him out of the way. But I was very sweet and I was very handsy with him. And that got him to go away. So, moral of the story, if you can't beat him,
Feel them up.
Feel him up.
touch him. Just love on him a little bit. It freaks him out.
I like that approach because, you know, you could have gone the violent route, but you tried the which.
Well, I was like, this is what you're doing to these people. This is the skis that you're making happen in the world. You shouldn't be doing that. This is how it feels to be violated in a public place in front of all your boys, bro. Like, don't do that. Just don't do it. Why do you think it's okay to do that?
All right.
So then I went home and I immediately wrote this song called Old Creeps in Irish Pubs. I wrote it with this groove because it started mostly by me being like la 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 bum bum. La 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 la. I don't know what's the bum. But I started playing. Anyway. Old creeps in Irish pubs. Old creeps in Irish pubs. I know you've had a few and you think that life is shit on you and you burn more than your lot. You see her walking in, red hair and not so wrinkly skin, and you decide to take a shot. Then a shot, then a shot, then another shot, then another shot, then another another shot. You might think when you drink you're more confident and charming, but you're not. You're just an old creep in an Irish pub. Old creeps in Irish pubs. Once you can barely stand, you try to take their hand and kiss it out on the dance floor. But she doesn't fuck with you, so you cop an attitude. You seem to think that she wants more. Where's the thing? You just don't understand. You think you're a gentleman when you're putting your hands on her waist. Just fix your fucking shit, dude. I cannot handle it. I hope she kicks you square in the balls so you learn your place. Get a clue, come on, dude, she's not interested. Take a hint, get over yourself. You don't seem to know, no one owes you anything, especially not a stranger drinking from the middle shelf. You're just an old creep in an Irish pub. You're an old creep in an Irish pub. She's not impressed with your bro, but she seems to like to sell your soul. I know you think you seem like an old bro, but you're old enough to know that fucking no means no. No, no, no. Watch me now, old creep in Irish pub. Old creeps in Irish pubs. You lay it on so thick that you come off like a huge dick when you tell her she's so pretty. You've got an unrepentant sense of entitlement and you are acting really, really, really shitty. You're a brat, how about that? You're like 70, you're acting like a compliment from you is a real huge deal. Oh, this is wrong, you scared her off and now she's gone. And now you're acting like it's her fault, cause you cannot keep it real. I think you need a safe space, whoa. But it ain't this place. Cause I do not have time for old creeps in Irish pubs. I don't fuck with old creeps in Irish pubs. Take a shot, then another shot, then another shot, then another shot. Shot, then a shot, dude. No one told you sometimes it is wrong to take a shot. Old creeps in Irish pubs. Old creeps. Thanks. World premieres all night, nothing more. Sweet.
When you were feeling him up, how was, like, did he obviously work out? Did he have some good
He was
packs?
surprisingly firm.
Good.
Like, for a guy this old, like, no, I mean, not to say anything, but like, I was kind of impressed.
You know, I'm never sure what I want to get when I start feeling up an old guy. Firm is nice, but there, a flab is okay too, because, it's supple and gentle to the touch.
Yeah.
Something to hold on to.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, there you go. There you go.
Positivity.
That's right.
It's 2017. Let's get real here, okay? Mr. Dins, send us somewhere.
And I'm going to send you to a very dark place.
Oh, good.
Okay, as we're continuing the conversations, I've mostly been writing instrumental music for about the last 6 years, up until last fall. And then it just sort of lost interest. And I used to do vocals way back, and I never really put as much into the vocal thing, but I felt the urge to try and integrate that into music I've written. So unlike these guys have been writing new stuff. I'm kind of going back and discovering songs that I haven't played for years. And this next song is one that I originally, it's had two versions. It was, there was a kind of a grungy metal band I was in the early part of the last decade, and I think we did a basement recording of it, and then I did a recording at my friend's home studio. And there's a copy of the CD that this comes from, which was this metal, punk, industrial collage of rude sounds, and this song was one of them. And I decided to try and rework it as an acoustic tune. The subject matter is based on a Stephen King story. In The Dead Zone, there's a part where the lead character is asked to help find this serial killer who's been killing children. And there was something about the way the character was designed. It was really creepy, and the song is sort of in that vein. So this is called Serial Killer Chic. Dirty, black sunken eyes. I'll wear black leather, skeleton thighs. I'll sleep all day, door closed tight. I don't come out, door they lie. And I'm looking slick and I'm feeling lean. I'm a destination, nothing, I'm a killing machine. Looking slick and I'm feeling lean. I'm a destination, nothing, I'm a killing machine. Out tonight is what I need. I'll make a friend, that's when they bleed. I'm not too old, not past my prime. I'm in no hurry, I've got time. And I'm looking slick and I'm feeling lean. I'm a destination, nothing, I'm a killing machine. Looking slick and I'm feeling lean. I'm a destination, nothing, I'm a killing machine. Every night, lonely way, dark and cold, it's where I stay. Not too old, not too far gone, I'll say goodnight before the dawn. I'm looking slick and I'm feeling lean. I'm a destination, nothing, I'm a killing machine. Looking slick and I'm feeling lean. I'm a destination, nothing, I'm a killing machine.
That is totally swamp punk like the Cramps, man. That was great. Yeah, I hear that like all slathered with.
Oh yeah.
With like.
That's why I was asking for the reverb.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, that vocal fry though, it's like,
Yeah.
Bro. It's like the devil's
And it's
farts. Yes.
That's kind of what I'm going
That's
for.
excellent. Like that is the highest praise that I can give a person.
The devil's farts.
I realize it sounds kind of bad, but
You know, maybe the devil didn't get the burrito heart, he got the evil
that's
burrito.
right. He got the bad burrito, cause he's the devil.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where to go after that, man. We've got creepy. It's like we're kind of building a concept album here. This guy is defending a woman's honor in an Irish pub, and then he steps out into the street and he comes face to face with his worst nightmare. So that we're writing a musical.
Comic.
Yeah, it's true. Well, whatever it was, it had Wesley Snipes in it.
There you go.
So let's do something about liquor.
Solid.
I feel sorry for the sport if you catch her alone. She'll probably love you in half. She floated on through like a casual ghost like the devil in her jaunty house. It's 4 a.m. on a Tuesday night and work is just hours away. Your car is on the other side of town and you just had to play she only drinks hot liquor, even if it's hot outside. Gets to the blood much quicker, that's what she believes, that's what she prescribes. Hot liquor brings a swing to her hips. Hot liquor brings a rush to her lips, to her lips. There's a bottle of Jameson on the stove next to a percolating coffee pot. There's a drop of rum in a cocoa cup, hot side chai when it's not hot. There's apple cider on an open fire, and Fireball is swirling in. Hot sugar, water, and lemon juice, making tangerine toddies with gin calls. Hot liquor, even if it's hot outside. Much quicker than what she believes is what she prescribes. Hot liquor brings a swing to her hips. A rush to her lips, to her lips. If you see her walk on by, you'll meet her every night. Haste no pace, sir, take your time. You'll lose your marbles like I lost mine, like I lost mine. Cause she called me alone and now she loved me in half. She floated on through like a casual ghost, like the devil in a jaunty hat. It's 4 a.m. on a Tuesday night and work is just hours away. My car is on the other side of town because I just had to play. She only drinks hot liquor, even if it's hot outside. Gets to the blood much quicker, that's what she believes is what she prescribes. Hot liquor, swing to her hips. Hot liquor brings a rush to her lips, to her lips. Thank you, sir. Mr. James Abood. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you. By the way, I should go down the line and for people who don't know, this is Abood Abard, James Abood, and this is Eric Dins down here on the far end, the other E. James is in an E sandwich right now.
Well, I've been in worse sandwiches, that is. Probably.
Hot liquor has nothing to do with it.
That was a verb at the time. Hot liquor. Alright, well, let me see. What the hell should I play?
Don't say that if you know I will ask you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to play one more new one and then I'm going to take requests because I know you guys got them. I'm going to do is, I've never played this one either. This is my third world premiere of the evening.
Sweet.
So, this is a song that if you know me at all, I don't think you're going to believe when I sing it because it's actually kind of serious. I wrote it like 6 months ago and just never played it. But I like the lyric a lot, and you know, it's kind of about being an introvert with an extroverted personality. It's like that kind of a dichotomy of existence. Let's move this mic in so I can see what the hell I'm doing. You're all gonna get sick of this intro because I'm gonna keep doing it.
If I can get you that.
I don't take compliments too well. I shy away, deny, and never tell. Never tell anyone the way it really, really makes me feel. Pointed out and on the spot. It's pointed out and on the spot. No matter your intentions, when you're just too scared to mention that you really can't process that too well. I'm ugly, fat, and hairy, and I smell. At least that's what the voices in my head say. But it's okay to feel that way. Go ahead and put that smile away. Just use it when you need it. Don't abuse or fake or bleed it dry. I have never heard the word, that's a valid way to feel. Just be grateful someone took the time. I have to justify that I'm alive by complimenting everyone, by recognizing everyone, by validating everyone, by giving all and accepting none. I don't take compliments too well, and you know it does no good that dwells unattractive and nobody likes it. So guilt we get and guilt we are, so make your friends feel like a star. Cause anyone who looks at you twice must be so nice that you should make them feel secure and safe and loved, and never let them know what you're thinking of. Most of the time, honestly, cause life is hard and then you die, and why would anybody lie about the endless laundry list of things they know are wrong with you? Ooh. I have never heard the word, that's a valid way to feel. Just be grateful someone took the time. I have to justify that I'm alive by complimenting everyone, by recognizing everyone, by validating everyone, by giving all and accepting none. Thanks for listening.
That sounds like something you'd write.
Yeah?
I think it's a more personal side of you.
Less food in it.
Than usual, right?
Yeah, you got a lot of food.
Like
in it.
90% of my songs are about food, which is why I had to write this. Because I ate all that food,
That
and
was
then I
beautiful.
felt like this song. That was a sad thing to say. I'm sorry. Let's
Nice. By the way,
It's a big sharing
I
match.
should probably introduce the audience now. This is Neil Potter, Potter musician. This is
Neil.
Katrina.
Hi, Katrina.
She's an actress. And this is Shannon. She's a journalist and writer, poet, and all sorts of things. And her son is
Hiding somewhere.
back in there somewhere.
Is he looking at vinyl?
Well, you know, he's a budding drummer and artist, so it's kind of like absorbing.
Oh, very nice. Cool.
That's great.
He's going to pull out some
Well, just a quick question. So, Jane's song, you didn't feel like, oh my God, my son's going to go home and start, doing obscene things because he heard those words?
No, we're breeding a better mind.
Okay, that's good.
Good. All right.
Okay.
That's what I'm.
That was a
that's what
perfect.
I'm
That was a
going for.
progressive song.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now Eric's on the other hand. I'm a killing machine.
Hey, that's
Yeah, I got a couple more.
That's awesome.
Intellectual freedom, baby.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I've always been fascinated by dark imagery and stories. Like Johnny Cash and Nick Cave are two of my favorite
Oh, yes.
songwriters, performers, and they just, And then another one that I've been getting into recently is like John Lee Hooker. If you've ever heard his song "Burning Hell," it's the coolest nihilist blues song I've ever heard in my life. It's pretty much just a denial of any kind of an afterlife, which you don't hear in blues songs. Okay, we'll get to that later. Anyways, this next song is also on that CD I told you about that was, a big, heavy industrial punk thing. And this song was actually written as with a Bad Brains influence. Bad Brains being one of my favorite punk bands or punk metal bands of all time. And so I recorded it, about 12 years ago, and it was great.
I didn't do that.
A few years ago, I got to be in a duo that I was real happy to called Led Astray. And it was myself and a very talented singer, songwriter, violin player named Sarah Blick. And we would do anything we felt like doing in that duo. And she came up, she heard the recording of the song and said, "Let's do that." I'm like, okay. And Eric put a video of that online, and I'd forgotten how much I liked that song. So I have been trying to work it up into my own repertoire. I miss doing it with Sarah, but I wrote the thing, so I got to step up and do it myself. This song is called Three-Headed Lover. Was not the same. She looks at me through different eyes and she forgets my name. I called her once, I called her twice, the third time yesterday. She spoke to me and I heard her say, please just go away. I buy a present, some little gifts, whatever does the trick. I pray to Satan and I pray to God, but nothing seems to stick. Pull me out with a twisted tongue. Three-headed lover is my only one, only one. It's now or never and I hesitate and I'll be out of time. She's at the door with no goodbyes, another perfect crime. I called her once, I called her twice, the third time yesterday. She spoke to me and I heard her say, please just go away. But I buy her presents, some little tricks, whatever does the trick. I pray to Satan and I pray to God, but nothing seems to stick. Pull me out with a twisted tongue. Three-headed lover is my only one, only one. Whatever does the trick. I pray to Satan and I pray to God, but nothing seems to stick. Pull me out with a twisted tongue. Three-headed lover is my only one, only one. Three-headed lover, three-headed lover. Three-headed lover is my only one. Three-headed lover, three-headed lover, three-headed lover is my only one. Thank you.
I love your growl, man. Your growl. It's awesome. I think I've got a Lonely Road song. Back in the day, here on VH1 Storyteller. Back in the day.
Doesn't exist anymore.
I know. Does VH1 Classic still on? Is that still around?
I don't know.
I don't know.
On the television, because I'm a hipster.
Yeah, no, I just have a Fire Stick because I'm a suburbanite.
Boy.
Years and years and years ago, about 25 this year. No, 20.
That'd be back in the day.
Back in it, I'll tell you.
Boy.
Back in them days, we had to watch David Letterman on NBC. There was a guy named David Letterman on TV. I was dating a young lady for quite a while, and none of us lived by ourselves. We were young enough that we both lived with our parents, and it was fairly serious. And so every night I would, go and spend the whole evening we'd go do something and hang out at her place until she fell asleep and I rolled on home. And I was not so secure, and I'm always in a bad headspace on my way home because I'd get about five miles from her apartment, and that's when all the doubt and the voices would start in the back of my head. And so I decided to write a...
Word.
Huh?
Word.
Yeah. So I decided to write a Bruce Springsteen song about that. And I actually, I've got it recorded for my next CD, and I sent it to her, and I said, because we're really good friends, we talk all the time, and I said, just so you know, this is kind of an apology. She's like, you don't need to do that. I'm like, no, I kind of did for myself. So this is called The Faith. Make this drive night upon night. The road is short, but it's hard. I see something just outside my headlights, staring at me through the dark. You were just here on my lips. I was just holding your face. Now I'm on this dark road again. This is where I hang in space. The open window keeps me awake. Loneliest monk keeps my fears inside. There's a freight train crossing the road ahead. Watch the drag rumble out of the night. And I can still hear you breathing when you murmured my name in your sleep. Be good for you. Fear and sleep hunt together, and this car's not throwing much light. It's 20 miles, takes forever, and I feel him closing in from behind. When fear and sleep overtake me, I'm too weak a man to believe. Sorry, love, I will doubt you, 'cause I'm too weak a man to believe.
Hey. I didn't need that, man. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, not sorry, yo.
Don't be sorry. That was great. So, I'm gonna do a cover song if that's okay with everybody.
It is.
But I think it's gonna blow your minds a little bit because it's a cover song of this guy right here.
Oh.
Oh no! This was one of the first songs that I heard when I moved out to Chicago, and was like, yeah, bro, this is the shit. This is what I want to be a part of. because God help me. That's it, just help me. Anyway, this is it's a little trebly, it's okay. There we go.
She rolled the dice, and the way her character always gave his character eyes. He was a third level thief, but in his heart he couldn't get no relief until there was this goblin attack, and her elf-maid took a battle axe to the back, an unexpected sudden move. When he jumped to his feet, he stunned the whole room when he said, "All my gold, my love, all my restless dreams, all my paranoia, baby, all my tangerines, all your high-tech hardware, and all your sexy screams, everything you are tonight." She just sat and held his gaze. He could hear a +2 hit dagger fall in this place until the DM said, "What gives?" You two didn't even roll for initiative. Then she swept the game to the floor. Crawled across the table toward him on all fours, pulled his face up close to hers until he was the only one who could hear her words when she said, "All my gold, my love, and all my restless dreams, all my paranoia, baby, all my tangerines, all your high-tech hardware, all your sexy screens, and everything you are tonight." Gamers gave him a wide berth while they kissed like they were the last two human beings on this earth, and they'll never again be alone. After he picked her up and he carried her home, singing, "All my gold, my love, and all my restless dreams, all my paranoia, baby, all my tangerines, all your high-tech hardware, and all your sexy screens, and everything you are tonight."
You're awesome.
Hey, you wrote it.
You're awesome. You're awesome, even if you didn't sing a song I wrote. I don't want to be like, now you're awesome.
Hey, I love that song. That's great.
It's really beautiful. It's like the perfect geeky nerd love song.
Isn't it
Oh,
like
yeah,
just
absolutely.
that's the guy, man. Like I heard that, I was like, #same, bro. Yeah. Like,
You know, that's something I want to put. There used to be a big running gag about people who were into Dungeons and Dragons and comics that, you know, they were all guys living in basements who had no girlfriends, and that's not true anymore.
No, it's not. Should I point out that Katrina here plays role-playing games with my wife?
There you
That's
go.
what's
They have like an
Yeah.
all-girl gaming
man,
thing.
I'll tell you like this. Like I played D&D, and then I turned it into my career. Like,
Right.
This, like I literally took those characters and made them into like this person that is this persona. And it's like.
So who'd you roll up today? I rolled up Raul, the burrito guy.
Yeah, exactly. Ramon. Thank
Ramon.
you.
Sorry, Ramon. Sorry.
He and I are OTP. Okay.
Raul is his
Thank God,
dark
y'all got
drow
that.
elf. Evil kin.
There you go. Even better.
Alright.
Mr. Ditz.
My next selection is an updated version of, again, I've been rediscovering my old songs and bringing them into this acoustic vocal singer-songwriter thing. And this is a song I did with a band back in the 80s. The band was Alonzo Savage, and the original version of this song was very much in a punky, rockabilly, hard rock thing, because that's what we did back then. And as I decided to redo this tune, I changed the key, and I wanted to make it a little bit less hard rocking and more just, hopefully it's a little bit bluesy, but you'll see what you think. The song is, and the song is, unlike my previous ones, not as dark, but it is a warning about the dangers of dating Japanese monsters. It's called Daughter of Godzilla, or DOG. I was rocking and rolling on a Saturday night. Had myself some prospects, I was doing alright. A pretty little thing with a glint in her eye. She said she'd make me breakfast if I just take the time. I heard a crazy voice that was shouting at me. She knocked up the bouncers like Muhammad Ali. She was ugly, she was brutal, she was nasty and mean. 300 pounds of dinosaur looking at me. Well, I stood her up and I knew she'd be mad. She's the daughter of Godzilla and she's just like her dad. I had to run cause I'm losing the fight. I jumped into a caddy and drove off in the night. Out my window, she was still going strong. She was hanging down my bumper like a crazy Queen Kong. But there both couldn't saw her crashing through town. And they called out and then straight to calm her down. But the bomb fell off and I threw off the range. She pulled me off the highway like a runaway train. By the collar said, listen you creep. You can spend the night with me and spend it 6 feet deep. I knew if I did I might get out alive. So we jumped into the backseat and we started to jive. But as it turned out I was wrong to be rough, but she was so damn good I can't get enough.
I just want to point out that Mr. Dins does have some CDs of his old work up at the counter.
Yeah, there's the original recording of that is on. I only had a few, so I figured to bring it. You want it? It's yours.
It's the one with the Alonzo Savage is the one with the
tiger on the
on the front, and then the other song that you did is on the other one.
Yeah,
Slow.
Slow is the Slow's the original one. That's got Serial Killer Chic, the original version, and the original version of Three-Headed Lover.
They're great, man. You brought up the 80s.
Yes, I did.
Writing songs about the 80s is kind of in my wheelhouse, man. But writing songs about the 80s in the 10s. 10s? What do we call this?
The teens?
15s? Yeah. The teens. The teens. All right, we'll call it the teens. Last decade was the aughts, I know that. But
Yeah,
anyway, this is part of a progressive work I've been working on. It's not progressive itself, it's just progressing.
So there's no mellotrons or gongs or anything?
Well, hopefully there's mellotrons and gongs. But I've been slowly working on this piece about growing up in the suburbs in the 1980s, because it seemed fascinating to me because I was there. Anyway, this song is from that, so. love these guys. That's awesome. Thank you. Both of you, thank you.
What was the request time?
Y'all can request one if you like, I guess. Fingers are all swollen from playing this thing. I kept slapping myself in the balls, so. Because I couldn't see, because I got this stupid rainbow scarf in the way.
So you weren't hitting the cajon, you were hitting the cojones.
Yeah, I think that's why they called it the cajon. Because
Oh.
that's what you hit most of the time.
Well,
I
So,
love Heavens in Disrepair. It's like my favorite new song.
Oh wait, I'll, you know what, I'll play that next. I will play
Let me
that.
know before so I can Facebook Live it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will do that. Cool.
Love that one.
Alright, yeah.
I would say because I am a friend and fan of James's music, and because I appreciate him as a songwriter bringing all this new stuff, but he does have a CD that he put out less than a year ago that are some really good songs on it that he could play that you can hear and go, I want that CD. So I'm going to request something from Building a Friend from Scratch. And this is, it's tough because they're all pretty good songs.
Yes,
I mean,
they
it's
are.
too early for The King.
I don't know if we got enough people to make the King of No Pants.
Oh.
Like that, I mean, that song needs some rowdy. Like,
That's kind of true.
but
Listen,
we could-
you've
we
not
could
seen
probably-
Shannon when she's rowdy. She's from Alabama.
Yeah, right?
With the Alabama rowdiness.
That's right. It's like
Yeah.
in her DNA. She's got an extra, a rowdy strand.
The rowdy chromosome. I'm into it.
Well, okay, Eric knows this stuff too. Like, I really like tinfoil, but pie is you know, I like tinfoil.
What do you think, Eric's?
I go for a pie.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
I call pie.
Because I got the thing with the thing. So I just bought this banjo head, and it took 13 weeks to show up to the Guitar Center where I work, and it cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. No, I'm just kidding. That's because, like, you know, a more expensive piece than I wanted. But it's so worth it. Deering Banjo's Cavanjo banjo head system. If you happen to be a banjo player, I happen to be. Because miking your banjo is an awful experience. So I'm gonna do this one a little slower than I usually do. I did this like the other night, a little bit slowed down, and you could actually understand the words, and it was like, oh my god. Because like all my songs, I usually take it like breakneck speed, and I'm like, I gotta play all the notes at the same time, woo-hoo! And then people come and they're like, what did you say? You have 8,000 words per line.
And that's when you look at me and you say, you could have bought the poster with all the lyrics on it.
That's true. I
Like Eric
Short.
Schwartz did, and it's on his wall now.
You're like, I think you're the only person who actually bought one. I have like a big old box of like posters with the lyrics.
Hey,
I don't know. I thought you
even
had
this
all the
one,
merch.
I think your fastest is what, 100 million, billion, trillion, whatever that song is.
Yeah, 400 million is pretty fast.
400
There's a
billion.
lot of notes in that one. Sometimes I put words in people's mouths, I get a bit excited. Sometimes I just show up unannounced or even uninvited. So please forgive me if I'm forward or I'm backward or I'm upside down in underwear, braid things into my leg hair. And I'll forgive you if you find yourself a little needy, raining on my cloudy disposition in a perfect, self-fulfilling prophecy. But I love you like crazy, and I know you, but I like you. Like I like pie, and I like coffee, and I like tattoos, and I like the baby on the bathroom wall. And I can't be here with my family, even if this world should fall. Sometimes I'm just too much about myself, I can't get a word in edgewise. I think it's better for my health to hear them with my own eyes. making it fun from scratch, they're available.
Oh, get one.
And it's so
great
worth it.
album. It's really a great album.
It is.
Woo!
Alright, this song will be a little bit changed from the previous songs I've been doing. This song I wrote a while back also, and it's what I've been trying to kind of bring this back. I thought maybe it'd be a song. James and I were in a band called Matt Morgan and the Family Band, and I thought there was a possibility I could bring it, but I never got around to bring it into that band. And I thought about bringing it into Led Astray, and that never happened. But I wrote the song a number of years ago, and this is my songwriting story thing. I was in the middle of a really lovely relationship. I was with a woman who I was having a great time with. It seemed like we were, firing on all cylinders. We had a good time together, was comfortable. And somehow, during the process of being in this nice relationship, I started coming up with the idea for this song about somebody whose relationship has failed and gone away. Within a month after starting writing this song, she dumped me. So it's like, and then I had to finish the song, but I had to. The feel I wanted for the song was not I'm angry you left me. I'm sitting here heartbroken. It's more about the acceptance and the sadness of losing a relationship that you were really happy with. So you're not bitter. You're just sort of going, and it's called "Picnic in the Rain." Just enough for one. The sky is dark and the wind, it is cold, it is no day out in the sun. I do not wait for your return. Your sunshine, it only left me burn. Hope no one asks me to explain why I have a picnic in the rain. I sit and eat all my food alone. The park is empty today. A light rain falls down onto my head, and it keeps the crowds far away. I didn't know, yes, I had to learn. Your sunshine, it was just sunburn. Please sit down, I'm gonna try to explain why I have a picnic in the rain. Like some words that I'll never hear, it's a message that I got too late. The sun, it never did me any good, so I'll sit and wait for the rain. And the clouds break and the sun returns. The weather changes its tone. Picking up my empty bottles of wine, I will start to walk right back home. I lay on my back, I did not turn. Your sunshine only left me burn. All of my days are gonna turn out the same when I have a picnic in the rain. Gonna have a picnic in the rain.
Love your voice, Eric. It's like awesome. Love it.
I'm still trying to find a decent vocal line for that. I'm kind of like,
I liked it.
Ah,
It's got me frowning, like ear to ear, like I don't feel good about anything.
it's a great image though, man. Picnic in the Rain is a great.
By yourself,
I've not heard that one
empty
before.
wine, like
Yeah.
fuck you, pal. Like,
Yeah.
well, it was completely like this. Like, I came up with that idea about sitting in the rain and drinking wine, and then she dumped me, and they're like, Yeah, that's gonna sound pretty good.
Yeah, dude, what's sadder than a soggy sandwich? Like,
Shannon, you asked for Heaven in Disrepair. Is that what you said you wanted?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready.
I'll give it a little intro while she gets ready to go Facebook Live.
Ooh.
Shannon lives on Facebook Live. I've never met anybody who Facebook Lives as much as she does, which is awesome because she's like, Shannon has lived many lives.
I love promoting people.
I've learned, and you're like
I'm
a born journalist and things. So.
Librarians, right?
And when you do that, say all you people are missing this.
That's right. That's right. Shame them. Make this a shame. Say shame on you people. But you know what? Honestly, these people came out. So I'm
Thank you.
It's awesome they came here.
Yeah, we're putting on a show for y'all, and it's great.
So, Heaven in Disrepair, I wrote as a poem 10 or so years ago after watching an episode of Supernatural. There was some interesting imagery in a particular episode, and I was like, oh. And then, as I was writing it, I realized I was also writing about the, was it the Discovery? Which shuttle? Not the Challenger, because that was the one that blew up, but the one that came down over Texas. And it was like, I think it was the Columbia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came down that's terrible. People died, and I can't remember the name of the ship. But I was also writing about that. So, because if you saw how pretty that looked, that terrible tragedy looked on television, like you're watching, it's like, that's like horribly gorgeous, if that means anything.
Yeah.
So that all kind of came together in this poem, and then when I started doing the music thing, I turned it into a song. So this is Heaven in Disrepair for Shannon. Wishes the way, I saw you lean over like, what is he doing with the capo? That's why I was like, yeah.
I know, you showed me. I appreciate that. You do this every time you play power chords, you stick your middle finger way up.
Can I tell you where that's from? I can tell you exactly where I got that from. Clapton. If you watch Clapton play, because I used to do this, you know, I used to, and I was always pushing down my, you know, and then I watched Clapton and he plays like this. So when he plays a chord like this, he's flipping off the audience. I'm like, I love that. So if I'm angry at my mom and she's at the show, I love you, Mom. And then it just became habit after a while. But yeah, Clapton does that exact same thing when he does it. It just became habit.
Because I just thought about.
I heard he was a dick.
I don't know why. No, it's just not to like knock you off, just to be like, there's a finger. All right. Yeah, I got it. As long as we're doing sad, open, chordy kind of stuff. I just wrote this last month. And the short version of the story of this song is that in 1986, the Aboods of Detroit, Michigan were expecting a baby girl named Bridget. And instead, they got a very hairy baby boy named James. There's a lot more to it than that, but let's just say that Bridget never specifically existed as herself. But I wrote a song about her anyway, about her. Bridget, we'll never know what makes you laugh, or if you close your eyes and photographs. You're a fantasy and a memory, Bridget. I bet you would have had curly black hair and a smile that is everywhere. But you would have had so much to share, Bridget. Isn't it nice to have that feeling like the future is something to understand? Can you hear me, Bridget? Can you hear me? You're a fantasy and a memory. You're a fantasy and a memory, Bridget. We'll never know what makes you cry, or what color are your eyes. I'd hope espresso brown like Mom's and mine, Bridget. You know, once we choose our names, life can never be the same. We only have ourselves to blame, Bridget. Isn't it nice to have a plan? Isn't it nice to have that feeling like the future is something to understand? Can you hear me, Bridget? Can you hear me? You're a fantasy and a memory. You're a fantasy and a memory, Bridget. Bridget. So many have so much to hide, living with someone else inside. So many have their lives denied, Bridget. I know you would have been enough, but now you fill me up with stronger stuff. We would have made everyone laugh together. We will make everyone laugh together. We will make everyone laugh together, Bridget.
breathing.
Thank you.
Well, we've been doing a lot of heavy minor chord kind of stuff here, and the next song I had listed here, I was going to do right now, partially because I'm looking to debut it in this arrangement, and also James had asked to do it, but I could hold off on it for another circle and maybe do something a little different to somewhat lighten the mood.
Whatever you like, man.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. This is going back to the instrumental stuff I was talking about. This is a song that was done by the band Led Astray that I told you about. And the song is called Castle, and the reason it's called Castle is because as I started writing the song, I was watching the television show Castle on cable. And you know what, and I called it that as a code thing, and when I brought it to Sarah, and when we started working on it, we just, okay, it's an instrumental, who's gonna know? Well, now you do, because I told you that.
There you go.
And this is actually, Let Us Stray did a recording of this. I think it's on Reverb Nation, so it's somewhere out there in the wilderness.
Like Reverb Nation.
And I'm really, whatever they call that thing. There's a recording of this out
It's
there.
no feed bands, man.
That Sarah and I did, and I was always really proud of well, I love working with Sarah, and I was proud of how we came together to work on this tune. But it works nicely as an instrumental.
Yeah.
Yes, please. The song's called Castle.
I just noticed that Sarah and Sugar Still were playing in New Mexico.
Yeah,
this
that's
last
what
week.
it too. It's like, man,
Navajo, which is the area that she was in, I got to play in a couple of years ago.
Really?
I was on vacation and I managed to work in one gig over near the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque.
I've always wanted to go to New Mexico. It was like, it seems like a cool state.
It is.
Don't know why, but it seems like.
Well, I might as well play my New Mexico song.
All right.
Why not? I have two New Mexico songs. In 1996, I went on this. 96 was my Kerouac weekend. Kerouac weekend. Because Jack Kerouac only had one weekend.
Yes.
You know, the rest of the time he was straight by the book all the time. But that was the vacation where we drove west with intent to get to the Grand Canyon, and we kept getting sidetracked and ripped our gas tank open and slept in a barn, and it really was Kerouacing off, as I like to call it, because I'm juvenile.
You should write that down.
This is not the song, although I do have, you know what? What the hell? All right, I'll sing the song. The story of the ripped open gas tank actually takes about 3 hours to tell. So I managed to work it into a 4-minute song. James is probably going to want to beat on his cojones. By the way, I noticed that's actually called, that thing you're singing is called a cajon throne. That's awesome. I thought it was just like, he managed to figure out some sort of pad or something to use. Like, no, it's for that.
No, this thing is like crushed in half. Like my butt bones are like going through the floor. Yes, it is called the cajon.
I love it. So this is the story of the ripped open gas tank. Everything in this song is absolutely true. I did not fictionalize anything in this song. the greatest nowhere on saw the excitement when you grabbed your guitar. I was like, awesome. And yeah, I did. There was a cat house. It's a bed and breakfast now. I revisited that little tiny town, Winston, New Mexico. But I met the madam the following morning because the bar was the only place in town, other than the little grocery store. So we stopped in there for breakfast, and we met the madam. Miss Kitty was her name, and she was in the bar with her toddler grandson.
Wow, the family business. All right, cool. How many more should we do? I mean, like, are y'all enjoying this still? Like, I hope so.
I'm just figuring I'm going to play until Steve stands up and turns off the lights, and he's like, "We're done. I want to sleep tonight."
Okay. I mean, I have
Or
my
he could
book.
give us a hard kill time of like 9:05 or something.
It's past 9. Is it?
Probably.
Look at it.
8:58. So we've still got 5 minutes.
First time I've ever been early for work. All right. So, all right. So, I've like tone-wise to lyric. This isn't similar to what you just did, but it's fairly similar and kind of like that flamenco-y kind of groovy chord choice thing. So, I had a story about this, huh? I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's about Scheherazade, if anybody knows who she is. She was the classic folk hero who penned the 1001 Arabian Nights, which were a huge part of my life growing up in 1001 Arabian homes. And I have a huge family, that's kind of a problem. Anyway, that joke. No. But it was such a fascinating thing for me that the biggest folk hero in the Arabic mythology is a woman who told stories, and that was like her deal. Like there's all these heroes, and there's all these like the genie and Aladdin and Ali Baba and all like the characters, but like the thing of it is that they are characters. They're not mythological figures like in Greece and stuff like that.
Right.
Is that they were created and the creator is the hero kind of thing. And it's really a cool, fascinating thing that I haven't seen in my studies of mythoses from other cultures. Mythes,
Mythology.
mirths,
I like mythes.
Mythery?
mirthment. Anyway,
One myth to myth.
this is a song I wrote last month called Scheherazade. And yeah, I hope you like it. I am the child of Scheherazade. Thousands of years of ancestors telling the tale of our people to all over the world, teaching us all there are tales to be told. I am the child of Scheherazade. I am the child of Scheherazade. How long will you tell that story? And how long till you write another? And how long did Scheherazade save her own life and the lives of her sisters, creating her freedom in improvised words and violet heroes and jasmine dreams. I am the child of Scheherazade, history's finest, the teacher and the mother of all, who invite us to share in their hearts
brothers and sisters, creating their freedom with the wind in their mouths, pointed by shadows and mapping the stars. I am the child of Scheherazade. The stars in the sky are 1001, and I must carry on the work of my mother. The spice of tradition alights on my tongue. I am the child of Scheherazade. I am the child of Scheherazade. I am the child of Scheherazade. The hero of Scheherazade.
Thanks. Another world premiere. Oh, you.
I just, you know, when we first talked about doing this, because Eric and James were at we did this New Year's Eve charity all day, like all afternoon event, and they were the house band. They sat back here and played while all the other acts got ready to go. And we kind of mentioned doing something like this at some point in the past too. I think we were at the store in Chicago at your album release, and we kind of said that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But that song, like, I just wanted to sit on the same stage, like sucking in your musical glow.
Man, shut.
No, man, no, it's all good. No,
I appreciate it, I really do, because I admire your songwriting very much, Eric, so this is great.
It's between the three of us, I think. I love
We got all the bases covered.
Yeah, we've got, these are all,
We got all these different
quite a spectrum.
Yeah, I personally, I feel really lucky to be on the stage. These guys kind of like, they let me play the show with them. Cool. Hope I get to play it before they say, no, get out of here.
No, man, we love the darkness. We embrace it.
Oh, then you'll like this next song.
Yes!
This is my jam. I love this song. I like specifically wanted to hear this.
Well, this is an interesting song. We're all here, we're telling stories. This song came about, again, going back to the band Led Astray. I had written these lyrics a number of years ago, and they just sat in a notebook. So Sarah and I are working on stuff, and Sarah is the kind of person when she works on music, just, you know, she like inhales everything and just starts spitting it out, and songs are flying all over the place. So we started working on this musically, and she's taking it in all these great directions, and we did it a few times with Led Astray, and I was always so pleased to play this song. Anyway, so now that Led Astray is no more, I said, oh, I'll try and bring this song back. However, I couldn't do the song as it was originally written because it was written for her voice, and I was nowhere near that. So then I tried a different arrangement, which worked even worse. So in the last week or two, I've been trying to make this song something that's comfortable for me. Let's see if that works. This song is called A Bad Mood Coming. Last night was a late night, so I slept in today. I took no calls this morning, and I put my cell phone away. And I feel the bad mood coming. It's coming from behind. It taps me on the shoulder and tries to make me fine. All of the doubts that I tried to keep at bay. I feel a bad mood coming. It's coming from stay at home all by myself, it seems like a good choice. Because right now I don't want to hear anyone else's voice. And I feel a bad mood coming, and I don't know when it will show up suddenly and knock me down again. Yeah, I've been through before, and I know I'm not afraid. I feel a bad mood coming, and it's coming for me today. It's not like some bad movie or a play upon the stage. Not like some bad magazine where you can turn the page. Not like the bad side effects from taking the wrong pills. I'm waiting for this mood to pass, and I don't know when it will. No, I don't know when it will. And I feel a bad mood coming from up on the 4th floor. Walks right through the lobby and right to my front door. Well, it walks into my living room and it settles down to stay. I feel a bad mood coming. Yeah, I feel a bad mood coming. Well, I feel a bad mood coming. And it arrived. It arrived today.
Yeah,
I know that feeling.
that's my girl. I love that song.
You arranged it all right?
I think it's great. That's the first song that you and I ever played together, you know that?
No shit.
Yeah, in Mark Lester's basement. With Sarah, it was the three of us.
Oh
And
yeah.
that was the first song I called, and I couldn't keep up because your arranger back then had a bunch of meter changes. that
Oh
you
hell
didn't
yeah.
tell me about.
That's why I had to
And,
rewrite that thing.
And I was playing a drum set, and it was like super. I was like, no, I'm not not even. I'm not doing this right now. It was great, and that was like the bomb.
We also did a really great
Minor
Daniel
swing,
Ryan
you killed it on
That
minor
was
swing.
killer.
I think 2 more for each of us. I think if we go down the line for you.
Yeah.
Couple rounds, yeah.
Sound good to you guys? You guys gonna hang around for a couple more?
Steve the movie.
Steve, is that all right with you?
Okay.
What? This is a fairly new song. It's on my next CD. It's actually on the sampler that I've been basically giving away at shows. And Eric said he wanted to hear it. So it's a mad song. It's an angry song. But it's a fun song, and I'm still trying to work out the acoustic arrangement because the actual song itself is like all drums and loud and stuff. This is actually about a specific person. I know some people come to me, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's Trump," and I'm like, "No, it's not really. It's actually about somebody I know," which is hilarious because he's heard it and his only response was, "It's kind of uncommonly negative for you, isn't it?" And I'm like, clearly you've never listened to my stuff. He's like, it's just, but he doesn't know it's about him.
That's awesome.
Unless because I don't think that he would even imagine that it was about him. But there's plenty of me in this song too. There's plenty of things I'll find somebody that this song should be about. This is called Dipshit. That's the wrong key. Quotes that no one else would know. Your status updates are full of what you think is wit. You're full of advice and platitudes, but you live like a dipshit. Crazy after you give up the wine. You're never really listening, you're prepping your next whip. You think that you're a raconteur, but you're just a dipshit.